Amazon Health AI presents Painful Thoughts.
I can't stop scratching my downtown. Yeah, but I'm not itching to go downtown and tell a receptionist I'm here to talk about my downtown. Some things you'd rather type than say out loud.
There's no question too embarrassing for Amazon Health AI. Chat your symptoms and get virtual care 24/7. Healthcare just got less painful.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon versus Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kadojo.
Welcome back, Acolytes, Adepts, to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kadojo.
Hello there.
And we are here to bring you part 2 of 4 for our bounty hunter known as Bossk, because he's a Trandoshan and he's awesome. So,
or a
now,
lizard folk.
Yeah. I mean, he's the Argonians of Star Wars. Do you get that reference?
No, unfortunately.
I know there's people in the cars like, really? Argonians are the lizard people from Elder Scrolls.
See, I don't do Elder Scrolls. I tried playing Morrowind. I got half hour into it, got bored.
Just play
never
Skyrim.
played.
Just play Skyrim.
I
That's
played
all
an
you need
hour
to do.
of that and got bored.
All right, well, we're going to move on before anybody tries to destroy their radio or phone or whatever device you listen to this. So now we're going to dive into Bossk's history in the Age of the Empire, which, fun fact, there's a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's a...
By the way, this is not all of his stuff in the Empire.
It's a very good era for bounty hunters.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, there is. So, following the end of the Clone Wars and the rise of the Galactic Empire in the stead of the Republic, Krait's Claw disbanded, and now Bossk began operating on his own once more. Despite this, Bossk was still a member of the Bounty Hunters Guild, and he had developed a working partnership with the Galactic Empire and pursued acquisition targeted by the government bounty. Because the Empire are terrible, terrible people.
It's like, oh, I don't like this person. Put a bounty on him.
Yeah. So he's among a small number of bounty hunters whose Republic criminal records were expunged by the Empire to facilitate their use as independent law enforcers in the Outer Rim territories. As a licensed bounty hunter, Bossk was also issued an Imperial Peacekeeping Certificate. Though licensed under the Empire, Bossk's activities on the Imperial Fringe, or Criminal Fringe, were unknown to the government, which suspected him of continuing to operate as such. So he's double-dipping.
Yeah, so essentially, the bounty hunters were just the Empire's muscle in the Outer Rim territories.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they were.
Yep.
Because the Empire really didn't want to touch the Outer Rim. They had too much to do in the Inner and Mid Rim to deal with.
Yeah. So Kashyyyk, the homeworld of the Wookiees, was the site of one of the last major battles of the Clone Wars, which we do see in Revenge of the Sith, by the way. Following the end of the war, the Empire laid siege to Kashyyyk and conquered the world. The native Wookiees, however, began an uprising following the pacification of their world. Bossk volunteered his services and played an instrumental role in cowing the rebellion. As a result of the Imperial occupation, the Wookiee populations were enslaved. Bossk, an expert tracker and hunter of Wookiees, spent several years locating rebellious Wookiees and delivering them to the Empire.
Trandoshans hunting Wookiees. What's new?
So he ran with a posse of Trandoshan hunters during the early years of the Empire, and one of the first Imperial bounties was a Wookiee named Chewbacca. He was also came to recognize the scent of several different clans. During an ill-fated attempt to stop a Wookiee berserker on Ord Mantell, one of Bossk's arms was ripped clean off. He later regrew it, and the arm was filed into an Imperial Security Bureau dossier on the Trandoshan.
I'm guessing that they mean that they can regrow the limbs.
I guess I don't know. I just like so Trandoshans themselves as a species can regenerate, like like lizards in our own world, they can regrow their torn off limbs.
Well, I think just tail.
No, some lizards can, some reptiles can regrow like parts of their body, not just their tail. Fun fact,
know the
science,
tails.
science fact for everyone. So one of the most notorious prey was Rutalu, an engineer who directed a 3-year covert operation aimed at driving Imperial forces away from Kashyyyk. Bossk managed to capture his quarry and deliver him to the Empire for a hefty fee, after which Rutalu allegedly apologized for his crimes and became a prolific Imperial designer. Though he would often give his Wookiee prey to the Empire, Bossk sometimes fed his prisoners to underworld operations such as fighting pits and arenas.
Yeah, Bossk is not a nice guy.
No. Oh, God, no. Bossk is definitely not a good person. So during his time, well, I mean, obviously, because we're doing our, scum and villainy, so obviously he's not a good person.
Emphasis on scum.
Right. So during his time hunting Wookiees, Bossk faced a mysterious opponent, the Wookiee liberator known as Chainbreaker. Chainbreaker led successful attacks against the Imperial forces, freeing thousands of enslaved Wookiees and remaining elusive. Chainbreaker became the most wanted Wookiee in the Empire, and Bossk eagerly waited the day that he was able to take him down. Another rival of Bossk's was Chewbacca, who had escaped Imperial captivity on Mimban and with the deserter Han Solo.
Go watch the Solo movie.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
That's where that's from. Sadly, it's not what Legends had, because Legends was much, much cooler than what they did in canon. So, in Tin BBY, Chewbacca and Solo joined a crew led by Tobias Beckett and his lover, Val, who complained about hiring the newcomers in the place of veteran mercenaries such as Bossk or the Zan sisters. Solo and Chewbacca soon struck out on their own as smugglers aboard the freighter Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but who wants to hire Bossk outside of the Empire?
Yeah, that's really weird. But whatever. The pair became the bane of Bossk's bounty hunter career as he developed a deep hatred for the two that challenged even his hatred of his father. Bossk tried to capture the two on multiple occasions, including when he found them traveling the sewer seas of Ereb II, and when they sabotaged their efforts to build a secret Wookiee colony on Gandalu Four. In a breakneck chase to catch the pair along the plasma flows of the Zetsu Hyper Tunnel, Bossk shattered their Class 1 generator of the Houndstooth. So, like, Han and Chewbacca are giving him so much crap.
Oh, God, just imagine a young pair of smugglers are giving a veteran bounty hunter such a hard time.
Right, and Chewbacca's not young by any means, by the way. Chewbacca's like a few hundred years old.
Well, young as in young smugglers.
As a smuggler.
Yes.
As a smuggler, yeah, but I mean, he's seen combat for God knows how long. So, I mean, he fought in the Clone Wars, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Bossk also enraged them in an explosive blaster battle on the Jerzan spaceport that destroyed both his favorite cantina and a new starship he had recently purchased, the Bite Mark. His consistent failures to capture the pair not only embarrassed Bossk and damaged his standing in with the Bounty Hunters Guild, but led Kradosk to question Bossk's bounty hunting merits to whether he had been the proper hatchling to survive his clutch.
Yeah, it's like that thing you can't get off your hand, just keeps coming back. It's like, no. Oop. No, 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 no.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for Bossk. His
I
favorite
don't.
cantina and his new ship got blown to hell.
How many Wookiees did he help
Fair
enslave?
point. No, yeah, no, I get that. I get that. True.
This is
Um,
his comeuppance.
this is karma. So
I saw that karma.
despite his frustrations with the uncatchable quarry, Boss managed to secure several prolific bounties and prided himself on them. Boss managed to take down the Gibelline Gran of Gilabral and topple the masked monarch of Kultul, whose titles were taken by Bossk after completing the bounty. Boss also collected a bounty on Durago, the right-hand man of Polvo 241.
It just seems Han and Chewbacca are just his kryptonite. He can get any other job
Mm-hmm.
done, but when it comes to those two, nope, nope, I can't do it. Nope.
Right. It's so bad. So now going around at 10 BBY, Boss was hired by Cadmus, heir to the Mourner's Whale Syndicate, to help them infiltrate a sanctuary of the Unbroken Clan and kill Krithina?
Yeah, Carthena.
Krithina? It's a K, not a C. So, the daughter of the Syndicate's leader, who was pregnant with his child, though Bossk and the other hunters were unaware that Krithina was the target, or that they were breaking into the Unbroken Clan territory. Bossk was part of the group of hunters hired, including Brot Valance, Nako Lash, and Torgol. Tongor?
Pungor.
Tungor. Okay. Yeah. So while the crew made preparations for the job, Tongor contracted his sister Tonga on the ship of the long-range communicator, while Bossk and Valance stood nearby and waited for the briefing. Bossk teased Valance, who was waiting for Togor to finish his conversation so he could talk to his close friend, Yolala Vega. Bossk was impatient with having to wait for Valance to talk with Vega before they could start the briefing and told the cyborg to be quick with his lover.
Come on, hurry up, man.
Right. The annoyed Valance threatened to rip off Bossk's arm after Trandoshan smacked him in the back of the head, and the two engaged in a brief standoff. Bossk taunted Valance and told him that the new synthetic skin wouldn't make Vega love him, mockingly calling him more of a droid than man. Bossk quipped, and that one day that would rip Valance open and see for himself. Dang.
Yeah.
Tongor, gosh, the freaking brother and sister, ended his conversation with Tongol, and offered Valance the comm, but as Valance began to contact Vega, he suddenly cut the transmission. Bossk called him pathetic, and Valance angrily pinned him against a wall. Bossk incited the scorekeeper to ward off Valance, telling him that the goddess favored him and that Valance would pay for attacking him. Before their fight could escalate, Lash entered the room and broke up their fight.
I don't know. The scorekeeper might be pretty pissed you can't catch a pair of smugglers.
Right. That's a good point. Wouldn't he get, I'm shocked that, wouldn't that deduct points from his score?
Probably for each failed attempt.
That's what I would imagine. So Lash threatened to kill both of them, but reminded them that the only thing stopping her was the fact that she already down one fighter for the mission. As the group entered the briefing room, Boss told Lash that he needed an extra gun. He could contact his old partner, Boba Fett. Lash accepted Boss's offer and had him arrange a rendezvous with Fett. With the crew all together, Lash began the briefing and explained the mission. The crew would assist Cadmus enter a secret base they could assassinate his target, and in return, the bounty hunters would be rewarded 100,000 credits.
Each or split?
I'm assuming each.
That's pretty lucrative.
Yeah, I would say. Their target was located in Coronet City on Corellia, and the hunters began their strike by taking down the guards surrounding the facility. Bossk was tasked with taking down the soldiers in the West Quadrant, which he did with ease. He calmed Cadmus to tell him about his progress and told his client that the other hunters were having more difficulty taking down the tower. Cadmus noted that one of the guards escaped Bosk's massacre and had Lash sniped the guard down from their position.
Got all but one, Bossk. All but one.
Man, you can't keep up, man. And then, although Bossk was successful in accomplishing his part of the mission, Fett's lack of discretion entering the base and the sudden murder of Cadmus by Lash after discovering that Cruthelia was pregnant forced the hunters to make a hasty and violent retreat. Lash, Cruthelia, whatever, how you ever say this, and Tungor ran out of the facility, where Bossk questioned what was happening as Tungor yelled at Bossk to help Lash and Cruthelia. He had killed by a stray blast from Fett. He was killed by a stray blast from Fett, who stopped him from sniping the pregnant woman by Valance.
It's just there, just trying to aura farm, just boom, 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 making a big scene.
Fett abandoned Valance to the Unbroken Clan's forces, and the cyborg was taken prisoner. The rest of the hunters managed to escape relatively unscathed, though the failed mission would have one dire consequence. Because of the Lash's actions, the Mourner's Whale Syndicate and the Unbroken Chain entered a war with each other, and she was forced into hiding with Cruthelia's daughter after she had died during childbirth. Bossk, Fett, and Tungor's sister, Tonga, each grew a vendetta against Lash for what she did. The failed mission also had a long-standing effect on Bossk and Fett. Both hunters grew more independent of each other and in their trade, with Fett abandoning the idea of working with the crew altogether.
Yeah,
which he does, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame Boba at all for doing half the stuff he does.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's
plus
smart.
After everything that happened in the Clone War, kind of probably gets sick and tired.
Everything he dealt with during the Clone Wars, everything he's dealt after his father's death. Like, yeah, I don't blame him for doing all the things he's done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, heck, go in Book of Boba Fett, he barely does. Like, he becomes a daimyo. It's like, I want to settle down.
No.
Well, also, he knows he's getting
criminal empire.
The thing is, he knows he's getting old.
Oh yeah.
And he is getting slower. So, anyway, with that being said, let's take a quick mid break, thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
Ever wonder where Tropicana got its name? The tropics. And every time you enjoy a glass, you're not just drinking juice, you're taking a trip. Stepping into sunshine and embarking on a flavorful journey into the tropics, where ripe fruit is crafted into wildly delicious juice. And the best part? No passport required. Tropicana. Give life some juice.
Stitch Fix. Stop shopping, get styled.
A+ on the outfit, Miss Turner. You were about to slay parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, these? Just the most perfect fitting jeans my stylist sent me.
Oh, hello, you, who didn't set one foot in a mall and still looks amazing.
Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
To my stylist, this look is dedicated to you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the Miller Show. We're talking about everything with the podcast. This is nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here, we want to thank all of our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And if you do want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us ratings and reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. Read it out loud the next time on the show, which I don't have any this week, but that's all right. You can also find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcast and Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizard World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check that out. All great stuff, all great fun. As far as news, there's not really a lot.
Actually,
is there?
No.
Do you have the news?
Emmys.
You have news.
The
The
Emmys.
Emmys. Yes, I forgot about that.
The Star Wars Andor, a very beautiful masterpiece, season 2, won 5 Emmys. Outstanding writing for a drama series, outstanding fantasy/sci-fi costumes, outstanding production design for a narrative period or fantasy program, 1 hour or more. God, they're just getting ridiculous with some of these things. Outstanding picture editing for a drama series, and outstanding special visual effects in a season or a movie.
That is amazing. And
sorry, one more.
Oh.
And outstanding sound editing for a nonfiction or reality program. Music by John Williams. I would like to point out John Williams is 93 and still cranking out great music.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, he is. He's great. He was going to retire. They came out of retirement to do more.
And they were also nominated for like a dozen other things, which they didn't win, but
still, like, on Andor winning all those alone shows, hey, Star Wars can still do it.
Yeah, you just need the right
writers.
if the right writers, the right mindset, the right. I'm going to say this now. Acolyte was not that show. Acolyte.
That's fair.
Just wouldn't cut it. So
did I enjoy it? Yes, but not everybody did.
I mean, it was all right
compared to Andor.
I would have preferred more.
Go on.
I would have preferred more stuff about the Sith. Really.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guarantee you that's what they were going to go in season 2 if it got renewed.
But they took too long to do it.
Yeah, well, you have to have that build up, just like any anime. You have to have that season 1 build up. Then you can get into season 2's meat.
If you need a whole season to do a build up,
there's a problem.
Then you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I know. But anyway, that's awesome. That's great. Star Wars is back, at least with that.
Oh yeah.
And also Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are also fantastic writers, and they know Star Wars. Yeah. I just saw an article saying Mark Hamill is like, he feels comfortable with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni taking Star Wars because they understand it like George Lucas understand it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, George Lucas like built it, but they understand his perspective of it, which is fantastic, and that's what you need.
Yeah.
Not just anybody willy-nilly. It's Star Wars. Is it though? Is it? And then I did see a funny clip on TikTok about it was years after last Rise of Skywalker, where there was this scene with Poe and Finn saying they can fly now. They fly now. And then during this, it was like one of those weird question, like they have like Google search question things.
Yeah.
Where Jon Favreau's, he's like under his breath, he's like, they've been doing it since the Clone Wars, proving like, hey, Disney
they've been doing it since before
that. I know
they've been doing it since before that. The Mandalorians.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he was pointing out. Was like the stuff in the Clone Wars, like they had jetpacks in the Clone Wars.
They had jetpacks back during the Old Republic.
Yeah, but like canonical, because
all right.
We don't have all that canonically yet. It's coming. Oh, fun fact. There has been a leaked photo of Kashyyyk for the remake.
I did that last week.
Did you? Oh.
Yes.
My train of thought's all over the place. Anyway, let's get back to more Bossk.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
Honey, what are you listening to?
Mom!
Your teen might not share everything with you, but teens share everything with each other. And certain everyday behaviors, like sharing food, drinks, or kisses, could mean sharing bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease, known as meningitis. Although meningitis is uncommon, about 1 in 10 who develop it will die. Ask your teen's doctor about missing meningitis vaccinations. Learn more at meningitis.com. Vaccination may not protect all recipients. Sponsored by GSK.
So now we're moving on into 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, which this is interesting because Bossk goes to Lothal.
Really?
He goes to Lothal, and guess who he meets in Lothal? So Bossk visited the Outer Rim planet of Lothal to collect a bounty on Doug criminal Gronson Shifty Takakoro, who had jumped the bail in a casa system where the local security bureau Lieutenant Hedringer was hesitant about allowing the Trandoshan bounty hunter to enter his jurisdiction. He reluctantly acquisitioned on the current condition that Bossk avoided the use of firepower. So no blasters.
Yeah, this is Star Wars Rebels Junior novel.
Yes, this is all in a novel. So most people don't know about this, which is kind of cool. So unknown to the ISB official that was talking to then actually an imposter and corrupt ISB Lieutenant Jenkins, who was murdered the real Hedringer and stolen his identity. Jenkins was also cahoots with Shifty Takakoro and informed the Doug fugitive. He also sent Squad 5, a squad of stormtroopers, to kill Bossk. Bum, bum.
I would not object to this.
No, I would literally, it's like, who am I? Oh, no. It's just like, who am I taking? A Wookiee? No. Just, I'm going, I'll resign my post now. So after landing in Lothal capital city spaceport, Bossk encountered a young, force-sensitive human street urchin named Erza Bridger. Having been orphaned at the age of 7 following the death of his parents, Ezra made his living on the streets of the capital city as a con artist. Posing in an official guide to Lothal, Ezra agreed to lead Bossk to a joint called Aki's Tavern, where Shifty Takakoro was reported to be hiding. In return, Bossk promised to pay Ezra 1,000 credits and paid the youth an upfront installment of 500 credits. While traveling on a speeder bus to Aki's Tavern, Bossk and Ezra the remaining half of his fee.
Wow. He's being generous with that.
First off, go Ezra for making 1,000 credits for just telling him where to go. That's awesome.
That's the easiest 1,000 credits he'll ever make.
Yep. Upon arriving to Aki's Tavern, Ezra entered the building disguised as a ticket seller for the Arena Day tournament, which fell on the following day. However, Shifty Takakoro had already been warned, and Bossk and Ezra soon found themselves under attack from 3 of Jinki's associates, the Duros assassin Onjirio, and the 2 Niktos known as the Crashell twins. Crashell twins.
Crashell.
Some of these freaking words and names, man. Star Wars, Final Fantasy, Gundam, it gets me all.
Oh, yeah.
These assassins had been sent to protect Takakoro and to kill Bossk and his local guide. During the Syrian shootout, Bossk killed Ontario and the Crashells and captured Takakoro. Just like that. Bossk attempted to interrogate Takakoro, but before he could extract any answers, a squad of stormtroopers arrived at Aki's Tavern.
There's a disturbance going on here. What's going on?
Right. Bossk identified himself as a licensed bounty hunter who hunt for the Bail Jumper Takakoro and has been sanctioned by Imperial Headrunner of the ISB. When the stormtroopers ignored Bossk, he used a concussion grenade to distract the Imperials before fleeing the tavern with Ezra. Following a skirmish with several stormtroopers and scout troopers, Bossk and Ezra managed to escape on a stolen speeder bike.
Man, he's earning that 1,000 credits.
Mm-hmm. As Ezra's urging, Bossk reluctantly left his unconscious quarry, Takakoro, behind. Takakoro was subsequently apprehended by the local Imperial authorities. During their escape from the tavern, Ezra managed to confuse the Imperials by using a stolen stormtrooper helmet to issue false orders. Fleeing into a tunnel, Bossk and Ezra had pursued by a pair of scout troopers on speeder bikes, but managed to lose their pursuers by entering the left fork, which led them to the outskirts of the city.
Ezra would constantly use this helmet trick for miscommunications.
Oh yeah, it works most of the time, which is great.
Which is kind of weird for the Empire to be so easily tricked.
Yeah, but just remember how many of them there are and how many they don't know of each other.
Yeah.
So, Bossk survived the fight and escaped from Ake's tavern, but was sustained a laser bolt shot through the upper shoulder. Following their escape, Ezra demanded a pay hike from Bossk as compensation for being used as a decoy. The Trandoshan reluctantly agreed to pay Ezra all the money he had on a ship's store box if the youth took him somewhere safe to recuperate from his injury. Man, Ezra's just cranking in the credits.
Yeah.
Bossk was unable to return to his ship, Houndstooth, because the Imperial authorities were after him. Keeping his side of the bargain, Ezra took Bossk to his home, an abandoned communications tower on the outskirts of the capital city. Ezra tended to the wounded Trandoshan and applied a thick bandage around the wounded shoulder. Reflecting on his previous encounter during the day, Bossk realized that he had been set up by Lieutenant Hergender, and who had arranged for the incident at Ake's tavern.
Of course, now I'm thinking, how much money is actually in that strong box of his?
Yeah, fair point. In order to ascertain how the assassins he had encountered earlier had surfaced on the fall, Bossk decided to visit the local posting agency at Capital City's spaceport to access the Imperial Enforcement Data Core. Borrowing Ezra's jump bike, and the two of them traveled to the Capital City spaceport to avoid detection. Bossk pretended to be a blind invalid, with Ezra's pretending to serve as his guide. As Ezra used his common skills to get past a squad of stormtroopers, the two partners enter the posting agency.
Ezra's got that deception going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. While viewing the Imperial records, Bossk and Ezra discovered that Lieutenant Hergender had died 3 months ago during a traffic accident, that his colleague Lieutenant Jenkins has stolen his identity. They also learned that the Jenkins in the past had managed an illegal gladiator arena on Niran, and the Gorson Takakoro had worked as his bookkeeper. Or bookmaster, but yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Unknown to Bossk and Ezra, Lieutenant Jenkins was monitoring the Imperial Enforcement Data Core. The corrupt ISB agent dispatched a squad of stormtroopers to kill Bossk and place a bounty on the Trandoshan. After escaping a second attack by stormtroopers, Bossk and Ezra decided to flee the Monand outpost, where Jenkins was organizing an illegal gladiatorial event called Gladiator Night the following night.
I love how easy it is just to put on bounty on someone for no particular reason.
Right. It's dumb. Yeah. Bossk intended to confront Jenkins there and expose his corruption. During their escape from the spaceport, Bossk destroyed an Imperial surveillance remote and knocked out a Ranant bounty hunter and a Nibang companion who had wanted to collect the bounty on Bossk. After Bossk deducted the Lieutenant Jenkins from this mysterious commissioner who ran the illegal Gladiator Night, Ezra realized that Jenkins would want to kill anyone who knew about the operation, including his Zecto mentor for Pill Walloway, who had hired Ezra to sell the tickets for the Gladiatorial Night event. In an attempt to save Walloway's life, Bossk and Ezra traveled to Walloway's pawn shop, which lay 9 kilometers away from Capital City's spaceport.
Man, there's a lot going on for a junior novel.
Yeah, no kidding. However, Jenkins had already arrived at Walloway's pawn shop and killed him with a blaster pistol. Bossk and Ezra arrived just in time to see Jenkins leaving the pawn shop with a large luggage case. Despite failing to save Walloway's life, Bossk managed to plant a magnetic tracer beacon on Jenkins' speeder. Walloway's death convinced Ezra to join forces with Bossk to stop Jenkins' plan to steal as much money as he could from the Gladiator Night event on Monrad Outpost.
And also a lot of death for a junior novel. Holy cow, man.
This is canon Star Wars. They don't care about in the books, they don't care.
You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Holy cow.
Bossk and Ezra arrived at Monad Outpost, an abandoned mining settlement which lay in the outskirts of Lethal's capital city. The arena was located underneath the settlement. Lieutenant Jenkins also had already arrived to kill the Ishbi Tib manning the box office. Before he and the two stormtrooper escorts could leave with the stolen credit chips, Bossk and Ezra intercepted them.
Yeah, this Jenkins guy is going to wipe out the planet at this rate.
Right. After incapacitating his stormtroopers' companions, Bossk confronted Jenkins, but the lieutenant fled into the arena. Bossk and Ezra gave chase, but Jenkins shot the Trandoshan bounty hunter through the right thigh. In the attempt to slow Bossk, Jenkins seized a comlink from the arena's Polowic master, ace of ceremony, and claimed that Bossk was a dangerous fugitive who wanted by the Empire. Which technically is right, but also wrong.
Yeah, he's a dangerous fugitive, but not necessarily wanted by the Empire.
Right. Bossk foiled at Jenkins' attempt to frame him by using Ezra's stolen comlink to issue a challenge to the arena's competitors, the Hulk Borbib Drob and the Furin Warjack. After silently defeating the two competitors in a bare-handed combat, Bossk revealed that Lieutenant Jenkins was actually the shady criminal known as the Commissioner, and that he had been planning to steal the Specters' credits chips.
Hey, I just beat up this guy's thugs, and he's stealing your money.
Right.
Get him!
In addition, Bossk revealed Jenkins' involvement in the murders of Lieutenant Harbinger, the pawnbroker Walloway, and the Ishatib manning the box office. Lieutenant Jenkins also attempted to escape the arena, but was thwarted by Ezra, who fired a slingshot at him. Shortly later, Jenkins was arrested by the local Imperial authorities.
And somehow he doesn't die.
Right. Following the Gladiator Night Showdown, Bossk was exonerated by the Imperial authorities on Lethal, who awarded him an undisclosed amount of credits via transfer register. In addition, Bossk was allowed by Commandant Cumberland Erisok to take back the corpse of Lieutenant Jenkins as a trophy, who had been executed for his numerous crimes.
There we go.
Yeah, he's dead.
Wait a second. Did Ezra get a... Oh, okay. Keep reading.
An official HoloNet news reports credited the Trandoshan with saving the lives of the numerous civilians and exposing a crime syndicate operation to defraud gamblers. This brief report omitted any mention of Jenkins, whose actions were deemed an embarrassment for the Empire. Prior to departing Lethal, Bossk paid Ezra everything in the strongbox, which amounted to a little more than a partly sum of 90 credits.
Called it!
Yeah.
Called it!
Yeah, which is baloney.
He probably raked in like what, at least 100,000 credits for all he did.
Oh, probably something stupid like that. Knowing that, yeah, probably. But yeah, there you go. There's that book, which is pretty cool. Something that you normally this never referenced anywhere, which is kind of nifty to have that.
It sounds like a good book,
right?
Good, a bit of a good thriller there.
Not gonna lie, a lot of the youth novels for Star Wars are pretty, like, they're youth, but they're also like they do have dark moments.
Oh yeah.
I mean, listen to any of the youth ones for High Republic. A lot of them.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of death.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of death. So,
yeah,
pretty cool stuff. Any final thoughts on this part of Bosk's story?
He's still a scumbag.
Oh yeah, even though he did save people and all this and all that.
Hunted Wookiees for untold years, shortchanged Ezra despite, him saving his life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's what we have this week. So there you go for part 2 of Bossk. Next week, obviously, we'll have part 3. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, everybody, thank you again for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!